Am I reading this right? This isn't a typo.
No.
5,500, not
Yeah.
not 550, not 55. Oh, and by the way, folks, I'm not jesting because we were at the Jugmeet Singh rally a couple of days ago in Hamilton. 60 people showed up across town, and this is union-friendly Hamilton. An estimated 5,000 were there to see Mr.
Hmm.
Poilievre. Earlier this month, Mark Carney went to a bakery in Bradford, Ontario. Oh, he packed the joint. I think 49 people. Drea, this is amazing. This even exceeds the attendance in Hamilton by
Yeah.
some 500. This is my thought. I want to hear your thoughts, but this is why I'm saying I'm calling BS on these polls that indicate this is not a conservative landslide anymore, but a photo finish horse race. What say you?
Oh my goodness. Well, I was there and absolutely, as the younger people say, it was a vibe. It was packed. There were people lined around when I arrived, this huge industrial business. Like I could not see the end of the lineup for the life of me. Some people at the beginning of the line said that they were there from 1 p.m., even though the doors opened at 6 p.m. So you can see that
Wow.
people are starving for change and they are showing up. May I remind you that this is in Surrey, British Columbia, which typically votes in most liberals in the ridings there. There are several ridings there. They do a little conservatives, but overall, it's more liberals that get a seat there. So to happen in Surrey, on left coast BC, it was quite impressive. And as you said, they said 5,500. They came up after one of the staffers said it's their largest event that they've had so far. And people were eagerly waiting on the outside to send him off. There was no F. Pierre Poilievre signs or anything like that. I did, of course, interview some of the people there. We're going to have a report coming up on that. But the consensus was from the people I interviewed when I asked, well, what if Poilievre doesn't win? What if the polls are right? Which I say to you, it doesn't seem like they are. What does that mean for Canadians? And so many of them said it means I'm gone. I don't know what it means for Canada, but it means I'm out of here.
And Andrea, speaking of the vibe, I've been to 3 Poilievre rallies.
Hmm.
The one on Hamilton was absolutely overwhelming for me in a good way. My cameraman Efren and I, we were mobbed by well wishers, mobbed in a good way, not like the pro
Yes.
Hamas people with trouble on their shirts, but shaking our hands, taking
Yeah.
selfies, and these were such nice, friendly,
Hmm.
decent people. When I go to an NDP rally, I went to the Mark Carney rally. Well, I tried to in Kitchener 2 days ago, but was frog marched out by the Gestapo very quickly. People are walking by doing drive-by insults like "you suck," and what did you experience in Surrey?
You know what? I feel like, God bless the people. Every time I am in a setting like that isn't the NDP or isn't to, drag queen story time or something like that, there's just so much love. So, like you, I was bombarded, trying to get through a room like that to the media stage after doing some interviews. There was somebody leading me to the stage, where the mainstream media was as well. And like, I couldn't keep up with him because too many people are saying, "Hey, I love you, love Rebel News, love the work you
Wow.
guys are doing." And so it's so amazing because, like you said, like you pointed out, we don't always get the love. So it's so great. It helps keep us going. Although I will say, like, just walking, in my everyday life at the grocery store is always love when someone recognizes me. I'm sure other people that don't like me recognize me, but they don't have the guts to actually say something in those
Oh,
settings.
Drea, don't always get the love. I wish I could have seen the future when I was in grade 8, when I was mercilessly bullied,
Oh.
running home at the crack of the bell. I think that year I could have actually have made the track team. I did so much running, and now you get
Oh.
adulation. I don't know about you. It is so humbling. And
Yeah.
that's the word, and I love it. And thank you to those people. I notice scanning the room and outside, Drea, I saw what I think is a very diverse group of people. And
Hmm.
I want to say something here. The slogan for the Poilievre rallies is Canada First, and
Yeah.
there is left-wing media that are condemning that, saying that's racist and it's code speak for white supremacy. You know, Drea, you don't look like a white supremacist to me. Let me just say that, okay?
No, and you're right. A lot of people didn't look like white supremacists there. And, I think people are just so tired of it. Like, I think most people, their eyes are just rolling in the back of their heads when they hear this thing. I mean, the left has done a great job of diffusing the meanings in so many words. What is racism anymore? What is bigotry anymore? It's really coming down to anything that's common sense, like saying, hey, Canada first, especially when there is a threat of tariffs against us. I mean, it's basically what the Liberals are saying is, elbows up or whatever. It's just a better way of saying it. So, yeah,
Drea,
definitely a diverse crowd.
And I want to make mention the Carney slogan is Canada Strong. So wait a second. If Canada First is racist and code speak for white supremacy, why does Canada Strong meet the sniff test? I mean, there's so little nuance between both slogans. They're both good. At least I have the honesty to give credit where credit is due. And I want to talk about this moronic elbows up. Drea, I think a lot of people saying that don't understand the origin of elbows up. It's a hockey term. It means when you're going into the boards, you've got your elbows up because you're going to do elbowing to your opponent. You're going to do a dirty play. Is that what you want to call your movement? That you're dirty elbowing hockey players? Give me a break.
I didn't know that history. I have 3 brothers and I tuned out many hockey nights.
You should have paid more attention.
Jealousy of never being able to control the TV during those times. But the first thing that came to mind to me was, you remember during COVID, the politicians, they would do the elbows to each other instead of like shaking hands and stuff. So I was just like, oh, it's so fitting. That's what came to mind.
I forgot about that. But here's one I do remember. It was Trudeau elbowing a female MP right in the chest area, I believe.
Yes.
Remember that right. When he was having a little hissy fit? Yeah, so there's your poster boy for elbows up. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, hi, it's Ezra Levant here in Toronto with an important message because we need your help. Independent journalism in Canada is under attack. Government censors, big tech deplatformers, and the dying legacy media are all working together to maintain exclusive control on the information you receive. They don't want you to hear other voices like ours, and they really don't want you to be informed and to think for yourself. That's why the work we do here at Rebel News is so important. Our on-the-ground reporting, independent news shows, and special content you won't find anywhere else. It's all designed to give you trustworthy information and alternative viewpoints so you can decide for yourself. We don't get government money, and we are not owned by some big global conglomerate. We're funded by people just like you, so please support independent journalism and help us continue our work by subscribing and becoming a Rebel News Plus member today, right here on the page. Go to rebelnewsplus.com.